We start by declaring the attributes belonging to this class, owner and balance. This is like declaring variables in a method, but note the addition of private at the front. This means that these will not be visible outside the class. Instead, other classes must use methods to access or change these. At first, it seems like this makes you write more code and is less convenient. For very small programs, that's probably true, but it does make it easier to change the code later in larger programs. Suppose our bank creates a new program where they send you a text message whenever your balance gets low. If we made balance a public attribute, we might have to search many different files to look for balance changes. By making it private, we know that all changes occur in this one file, and we can simply add code here for the new feature. Below the attributes, we have a constructor method. Remember, we don't actually have any objects until we call a constructor. Constructor methods don't have a return type, and are named the same as the class. This one simply copies the owner value passed into the attribute owner, and sets the balance to 0. Note we refer to the owner attribute as this.owner. This is an implicit parameter, which is the object on which the method was called, or, in this case, the object being constructed. Many Java programmers omit the use of this, but I find it makes the code more readable, and, if you have a sophisticated development environment, it will suggest things for you after you type this dot, which makes the typing a lot faster and less error-prone. Next, we have a couple simple methods that just return the values of the owner and balance attributes. After this, we have methods to deposit or withdraw money. Since it doesn't make sense to deposit a negative amount, we throw an exception if the parameter amount is negative. Otherwise, we simply add it to the balance. Similarly, in withdraw, it is an error to attempt to withdraw a negative amount, or an amount which exceeds the current account balance. It's always a good idea to check and make sure parameters to a method match any assumptions that you have, especially when you are working with other programmers. Finally, we have a short method that returns a string containing the account owner and balance. Now let's look at a main program that uses this class. In Demo Bank Account, we create two bank account variables, Account 1 and Account 2. At this point, there aren't any bank accounts yet. We have to call new for that. We call the constructor to create an account for Martin Carlisle, then deposit $50. Next, we construct an account for Mickey Mouse and add $100,000. He is a bit richer after all. Next, we make withdrawals from each account and print the results of calling toString on each account. Note that each account had its own owner and balance, even though they were created from the same blueprint bank account.